Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Hey, Punkette. Ugh, I am sweaty. Woo. Happy Memorial Day weekend. This is an impromptu live because it's quiet at my house and that never happens. Rarely happens. So, what are you doing this Memorial Day? Hey, Vicky. I thought we'd chat a little bit, see what's up. Oh, Punkette. I'm good, Vicky. The weather is gorgeous here right now. Hey, Andrea, mom. It's about 80, I think, today, and got the rest of my most of the rest of my flowers in. So that was nice. Hello, Amber. So I'm just chatting for a couple minutes, and then they did issue a couple more videos of some of the kids and some of the things that they said, and I thought that we would watch those um, because I'm all about. I think I can't stress this enough that it was cool the last 2 days and 82 today. That's awesome, Amber. The importance of correct info, correct info. So, and also a couple people have emailed me and stuff and told me some things, and the happenings. And just a reminder, y'all, we're not going to feed the drama. So, Vicky, where are you? Well, you don't tell me where you're at, but what's the temps where you are? I'm just curious. Yeah. And also, I had talked to Rob today. He is back home until he came back home this morning, I think. Oh gosh, Vicky. Ouch. Whew. Man, I'm glad we're in summer. He came back home this morning, I believe, and he will be going back to Uvalde. And I apologize if I got to figure out how to say it correctly if I'm not. He will go back this week for her funeral. Just continued prayers, obviously. He has some things he would like to say and to talk about her and share a little bit. That is awesome, Punkette. So he has, I gave him the opportunity and he has accepted, and he would like to come on here onto a live and kind of just share a little bit about her and, some of the things on his mind. But, obviously we both felt it'd be better for him after the funeral, of course. And I will say that I've already talked to the mods, and there will be like zero tolerance. Like, I mean, beyond zero tolerance. Like, I told Amber, like, we'll just be booting people because, like, how people might use that as a time to come in and promote, their gun stance or whatever. Like, that's like, I don't want people asking questions about, I just hope people are sensitive. Um, people shouldn't be asking details and stuff. I just want him to be able to express what he wants to express and have that be okay, if that makes sense. Like, this isn't anybody's time to, you know what I'm saying. Um, So I'm thankful for that, and I think that, yeah, and do subs only. I think that'll be a really positive experience. Um, exactly, Vicky, exactly. And I'd like to do something like, anything that comes in, hey, Mod Squad that day, like I give to him or something, or donate to him because he's taken quite a bit of time off of work going back and forth. Exactly, Punkette. That's what I need. That's exactly what I mean. This should be a safe place where he feels um that he can come beyond this time and hang out, and that uh it's not, just be sensitive, people. And I'm not talking about you guys in general. It's not a time to ask details and things like that. So that's more of what I mean, just being tactful in that, because um he deserves a safe spot. And I think everybody will be fine, for them, hopefully. But yeah, the mods will be like on point. Um yeah, so basically, like, I just wanted to, hey, Cotton Candy, I know, like, again, there's some people emailed me and said, there was some things said and whatever. I've been open and honest with y'all that I've done and said really bad things in the past. I've moved on from it, so again, we're not going to entertain that stuff. Exactly. Right, Punkat. I mean, there's enough questions, and I think that, you know, the proper investigation is taking place right now, and we're going to let that work its course. But, like, for any of her family or extended family, it's not really something. I'm going to let him talk about what he wants to talk about, and I think he just wants to talk about her. So, I'm trying, Jen. I'm trying. I'm human, right? So there is a point sometimes where I'm just like, but that's not, and this isn't. And then, my friends and mods, they're all, same people, but are really good about saying, like, no, remember the point, remember the change, like, and it's so then I go back to thinking, yeah, that's right. Okay. Remember that. Um, but I'm really excited. I think I'm in, sounds bad. I appreciate his openness. Exactly, Vicky. And I don't know, I just really do. And I feel definitely like I don't know, just I feel very led to them because it's just, yeah, I mean, how can you not? So, how can you not? Um it's an interesting story, y'all, that just happened. I thought my husband was going to get in a fight, but he didn't. Um we were getting ready to take my daughter and my two nieces to my in-laws, and then we're going to meet up with them tomorrow. And this actually, this has a point here, y'all. Just bear with me. So he, we were, my our car was on the side of the road. So he comes out, and the kids come out. Well, our neighbor has a young son who's probably 16, 17 or whatever, and a truck. And for some insane reason, and my kids play basketball like right out in the road. We're on a dead end, and the kid all of a sudden spins his tires and kicks all the gravel up to, like, where if my kids were standing there, it would have, like, hit them. And it was like right next to our car, our SUV. And I was like, hey, like, you're gonna break one of our windows or something, or scratch our car. What are you doing? And then my husband is usually pretty calm. He said to this 16-year-old boy, 17, whatever, man, really, hey, Shay, like, really calm, because he's a pretty calm dude. He was like, hey, man, what if my kids were playing basketball right there? And the kid turns and looks at my son and says, well, maybe you should tell your kids to not play in the road playing basketball then, man. Sorry. And walks away. And I saw my husband's face, and I said, don't. I said, get in the car, take the girls, just get in the car. Cause I knew, like, he's really calm, but if you push him too far. And so he he went off and drove away, and then he came home and was like, "Look, I at least need to go talk to the guy across the street. I need to talk to his dad. Like, he at least, he needed to apologize or something." And so he walked over and talked to him, and his dad was like, "Yeah, I was screaming at him. I'm sorry. Just whatever." It all ended well, but I thought to myself, "Oh my gosh, like this is what is wrong with kids these days." Like, think about at least me personally. Had I spoken to an adult in that manner, like, my parents would have drop kicked me. I mean, not really, but my butt would have been beat. Like, I wouldn't have thought to speak that way to another adult, especially after I had done something dumb. Exactly, Punkette. No respect at all. And he sat right there watching the girls come out to the car to leave and then to look at my husband, and I just was like, "What?" I I know, Vicky. Have I been naive? Has it always been like this, y'all, or do you think it's just really gotten bad? Hey, Brian. I hope you have a great weekend too, Brian. I forget you're way over different time zone. Yep, Punkat, if I see my teachers, I still it's Mr. and Mrs. Like, my teachers will be like, "You can call me this, call me that," and I'll be like, "No, I can't. I'm sorry." Um, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to figure out if it's always been like this or if it's just particularly gotten really bad in the last few years or something. Because if my kids speak to an adult that way, well, I can't imagine them doing it. But look, they're kids. I get it. Um, my husband would take their ear and pull them in the house. Like, it just wouldn't happen. Yeah, I think so, Amber. Yeah, Vicky. And this dad, because the dad came out at first, and I was like, "Hey, thanks for that." I said because his dad was sweeping up the thing. I said he hit our car, and then the dad started getting irritated with me, which made my husband even more mad when he got home. But the dad apologized and said I was mad at my kid. I whatever, but um, I don't know. That is way way out, Brian. Absolutely, Punkette. It's insane. And I told all my kids, we talked today about social media and everybody's now saying see something, say something. And I told my kids, like, if you see something, you better say something because both of these past situations in the last 3 weeks, um, these people have said things online. Like this kid from Texas said things within the last week like that he all no all the way excuse me all the way from March that he was going to do this, and people said they didn't take him seriously. So I told my kids, I don't care where you are, whatever, if one of your friends is ever starts talking like that, or like, you tell somebody, you tell us. A lot of parents our age are raising their kids. I think so, Amber. I think so. And I think it's a balance, right? Like, back in, hey, X amount of words. There was a time period when maybe parents were too harsh, but yes, exactly, Punkette. But in the end of the day, like, when it comes to respect, there should be no, like, compromise, in my opinion. Ooh, hey, Michelle K. Yeah, exactly, Andrea's mom. Exactly. Yeah, it's a great Sunday. Um, yep, exactly, Brian. Had anyone said anything on this boy, things could have been intervened, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that aren't adding up to me with me about this thing, and I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Amber. Hey, Aussie True Crime. Like, we don't need to beat our kids this day and age, or maybe be too harsh. There's things to be said about being over the top, but when it comes to respect, like my husband, you can do a lot of things. Hey, Sherry, you never got into trouble, Amber? Um, if you want to see my husband go beat red, it's when the kids disrespect me. Like that is his kryptonite. No, not krypt, but that is his, yeah, like, oh gosh, Amber. Yeah, I think as parents, we have to be really careful that we don't put our stuff on our kids. Even this week with everything that went on, I have found myself, um, putting some of my fears and my emotions on my kids. So I'm trying to like, make sure I'm being more cognitive of that because I, just I want them to be aware, but I also they can sense my emotion. And my son had overheard us talking about it, and then he like all of a sudden was like, "Well, what do you mean?" Or said something about, "Well, I'd be more brave than these dumb police officers." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold on. Hold on." So we had to talk about like, no, that's we're not going to do that. And um, like just getting him in balance. So I'm just trying to be more like, well, okay, be more cognitive about making sure I'm being smarter about what I say, and um, that's just crazy. You're right, Sherry. We're not. Boy, did I ever learn not to do that again. I am forever afraid of my mom, Punkette. Right? Yeah, my husband said that like his dad was pretty chill, but he was in the military and he was gone. A Geordie? No, like I would think a gourd, um, like what do you call it? Like gourds, like Halloween. Um, My father-in-law, back when in the military, he'd be gone for like 20 out of 24 months at a time. And my mother-in-law had like four small kids. And, he was gone a lot, but like he was pretty chill for the most part, my father-in-law. But my husband said the one time he disrespected his mom, my father-in-law just put him right up against the wall. Like it was just, but that's why I think, because of that, I have a very loving, kind husband. And it's very confusing. I know, Andrea, you're right. You're right. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Vicky. Absolutely. Well, Brian, now I'm always going to think of you as a gourd because that's how I would pronounce it. They did. I'm going to play this interview. I don't know if y'all saw this. It's pretty good. Um, Let me get it up here. Hold on. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. Hey, Sassy Bones. Oh, Kelly's going live? Okay, Bones, we'll hop over there in a second. Thanks for telling me that. I wanted to see that. Um, I just wanted to watch this guys with you a little bit. Wait a minute. Hi, baby. How was playing? Never mind, my son just came. What you doing? Getting something to eat? So I assume that's why she was. My 5'2" mother took on two Whoa, punkette. Wow. Yeah, Amber, probably. Yeah, well, back in the day, like my mother-in-law said wooden spoons were the big thing. That man, it has to hurt. You want to come say hi or no? Are you going back out to play? No? Daddy's upstairs. Yeah, oh, also if y'all can say a prayer. My grandma in California, I was telling Amber about this, who I'm actually quite close with. Um I used to live out there with her and my grandpa. She is in hospice now. She is 86 and she's had Alzheimer's for really bad. Here for the. I sure can. Sure, sure. Love you. Um, has been in hospice for a while. She's not a while, like 2 weeks. Has had Alzheimer's really bad and stuff. So that's been difficult. But like I said, she's in hospice, and I was gonna try to get out there when she passes until I looked at airfare. Holy cow. And for some odd reason, y'all, airlines got rid of that. Wasn't there like a discount for bereavement? Like I found that very sad. So I mean it'll be hard, but not to be there, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, it's just I couldn't believe airlines did that. At least maybe I'm just thinking of the movies that they used to do that. That yeah, it was I think for a round trip from New York to LAX was like last minute, because it would probably be last minute. It was like 750 or something like that. I don't know, Amber. When I called a few airlines, they were like, "Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore." And so um then I called Delta, who said online that they did do it, and Delta said, "Well, right now we don't do it." Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, okay." So I wonder if because they're trying to rebuild their finances, I guess since COVID they got rid of it. I don't know. It's crazy. $1,800. It is, Sherry. Holy cow, yeah, Amber, that's weird. Well, so if I would have, so technically it was Orange County I would have had to fly into, but that was even more expensive. Yeah, yeah. So LAX is a more major hub. Um, so it's just one of those things. It's hard. I think Alzheimer's, this is my first experience with somebody with Alzheimer's, and I can't think of like, oh my gosh, Sass Bones. Like it's a really awful thing to watch somebody go through because I don't know, it's just crazy. Yep, exactly, Vicky, exactly. My parents, will go out and and even my brother, he's in North Carolina, but he's not going to be able to go. And we've zoomed with her, but to be quite honest, she doesn't know who we are. And and actually in the last like month, my aunt was going there every day. Um but when she got put into an even like more secure home because it got really bad, they actually asked my aunt to stop coming as much because they said that it actually really confuses people with dementia and Alzheimer's when somebody's in and out like that. So that was really hard for my aunt. Like she was like, "What do you mean I can't come see my mom? Like she's going to want to see me." And they were like, "No, it's really hard for them. They need structure." It's just so I definitely felt really bad for my aunt. But I'm glad my mom's going out because the siblings are all like, well, there's 2 boys and then a girl, but they don't like, I want to make sure, like, they're gonna just put the home up, like, what do you call those, estate sales or something, and then, um, put the home up for sale, which is awesome, but, like, my dad and his brother are just like, "We'll just put everything up for sale," and so I was like, she was a painter, my grand well, she is a painter, and I said, "Hey, Kathy Joe," I told my mom, like, "Please, there's things that," like, my grandma was diligent about, um I'd be like, "Oh, I love that painting," and so she would write on the back, like, "To Jesse" or something, which is what she calls me, and so I don't want them selling things that is like an heirloom, you know? It's just funny how guys are like, "We'll just sell everything." It's just kinda crazy. Thanks, Nana, yeah. Oh, Amber, it's really sad because there's like, especially when it comes to grandparents, like you're in the house that my grandma lives in was her parents' house. So it's just like, well, hold on, just so my mom was like, no, everybody stop, take a deep breath. Like we're not going to just wipe out the house before we've looked through, things. It's crazy. It really is, Nana. Let's see what I got on my. Yeah, Vicky, thank you. I appreciate that. And I know like she's 86, right? So we've been blessed with many, many years. But oh man. Oh, Amber, that's rough. That's rough. Um but in the last few days it's been more emotional because I go back, all I can think of is like living out there or just the fun times with her. And so that it's like when no matter how prepared you are, you still think back and it's just sad. You're kidding me, Brian. That's crazy. I think death is just a really hard thing. Amber, that's gonna get rough. Well, and that's the other thing, y'all, to be transparent too, is um there's quite a bit of well, there's quite a bit of I don't know if you'd say assets or finances being left behind for the kids, and with the sale of the house and just other things, they were hard worker. My grandparents were very hard workers, and I mean, yeah, there's a lot to be divvied up, and there started to even be a little bit of like picking before. And then my mom, who's been very good, has stepped in a lot and been like, no, this isn't going to happen. Because I think you see it so often in families of people that have passed where money ends up being like a dividing factor. And like, I hadn't really ever seen it, but just like the brief point where it started to get that way, I thought, "Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry, Vicky." Um, but I've heard money and separating estates and stuff has destroyed relationships before, and so my mom's been very proactive at saying, like, "This isn't gonna happen. We're not letting this happen," like, where it's split 3 ways just like your parents want it, like, come on, it's a large like, give me a break. But yeah, I mean, it can. I've heard it's yeah, bones. I had not experienced until, and I'm just glad my mom's trying to balance everything out because the boys won't talk about it. And so it's like the boys want to talk. No, excuse me. The boys want to talk about it, but my aunt doesn't want to talk about it because I think she doesn't want to come to terms that it's happening. So it's just, yeah, really rough. I guess when you have large sums and stuff, I was kind of, no, I was like, well, I was the favorite grandchild. So what do I get? No, I wasn't. But yeah, it's really sad. So I'm hoping that can be, not an issue. Oh my gosh, Amber. Yeah. Oh, well, Amber, I'd like to say that surprises me, but I mean, if we've seen anything in the last 2 days or the last week, it's that really, at the end of the day, I mean, all these people that just lost their babies would give up millions of dollars to have them back. Oh, I was going to show you guys this video of one of the boys. I'm going to screen share. Oh my gosh, Amber. See, yeah. That's what my mom and I are like, no, this isn't happening. All right, let's see what this is.
And her son Daniel, who just visited the memorial where I am here to pay respects to his fallen friends, including his cousin.
This is one of the boys.
Ellie Garcia. Daniel is just 9 years old. He climbed through a broken
Yep,
window
exactly, Bones.
to survive Tuesday's shooting.
He crawled through a broken window.
Brianna and Daniel, thank you so much for telling your story. Brianna, I'll start with you. What was it like as a parent? I mean, I can't even imagine. I have a son who's just a year older than Daniel, waiting those terrifying moments before he came out.
It was very terrifying.
Look at that little boy
When I
just.
got the call from my father what was going on, I had literally just left his school because he had an award ceremony. And usually when he has things like that, I'll take my kids out of school early. And he had asked me that day if he could, but I had errands to run, so I had just turned to him, told him to stay, and I told him he was going to be okay. When I got there, that's all I could think of was that I should have taken him out.
Yes, Nana, I am. I'm getting some paintings.
It was scary. Where I was at, I was by the funeral home, and I know the layout of his hallway. When they started pulling children out of the classes, I saw all the classes that rounded his area and my cousin's area as well. Once I saw all those children coming out and I saw that they weren't, it was a numbing feeling that I got, just because I could feel something was very off, and just knowing he was still in there, the shooter was still in there, it was terrifying. It was one of the worst experiences ever.
I can't even imagine. And then describe what happened when you finally saw Daniel.
When he came out, it was over an hour later. He was actually one of the last ones from the back of his class coming out. There was a student that was struck in his classroom. And when I saw her, I mean, she was just covered in blood because he had broken her nose with a straight bullet. When I saw that and I recognized the girl was in his class,
I know, Brian.
Terrifying chill through my body because I saw all his friends running out and I still hadn't seen him. Then finally, towards the end, when him and another friend came running out together, it gave me back like I couldn't catch my breath, you know. But I ran straight to him and I just held him, and I remember somebody trying to get him out of my arms, but I kept holding him until I walked him myself to the funeral home. I grabbed him and a friend of his because his friend was very panicking too, and
This
held
little
both
boy
of them
did lose
together
his
because
cousin,
they've
though.
been in school together since what, pre-K. So I mean, they've known each other literally since they were 4 years old, and
Yeah.
his friend was just going on about his teacher getting hurt, about how the other student almost died because she got hit with a bullet, and they were just terrified.
And Daniel, you climbed out through a window with broken glass,
Oh my
and you had
God.
glass in your arms, in your hand, but physically you're okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about what happened in that classroom?
We were just like nothing really, but he just like shot like 4 bullets into our class. But like her nose broke, and then our teacher got shot in her leg and her torso, but she's alright.
He was never in your classroom
Oh my God.
because your teacher, right? Your teacher locked the door and broke the key.
Oh,
Did you see his face?
Yeah.
Through the window?
yep, Andrea, I agree.
That must have been.
I agree, Andrea.
I can't
Hey,
even
Natalie.
Imagine terrifying. What were
Nah,
you
this
doing
isn't.
when you were in the classroom?
We were about to do something until we heard first 2 gunshots, and then she locked the door, and then she just like.
I'll see you in a minute, Bones.
But everyone was like telling her to wake up, even though she was okay.
I agree,
Telling her to
Amber.
wake up because she had been shot.
They thought she was like passing out because she was like shot.
And were you hiding under desks? Where were you in the classroom?
I was hiding under a table next to the wall. It goes to like the end of the wall to like the start of the wall, and it's like a very big table, but I could still see his face
Through the window? Do you think he saw you?
Hey.
I think he did, but at the same time, like people were blocking me, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I could see where he's like staring at people in front of me.
And you all just, I'm sure, tried to stay very quiet.
Yeah, do y'all want? I think we'll stop this if you guys don't
Not
mind.
easy.
I just don't like this.
Situation. It must have felt like
I hadn't
you were there
watched
for
this.
so
I just.
long. Was anybody in your classroom calling 911?
My teacher was trying to, but then like as soon as she was about to press the call button, he showed up to the window, so she really can't. But someone called him, but they were like, she tried to call him, but they didn't like pick up, so she had to text them.
How do you feel about going to school? I know it's going to be summer, but how do you feel about going back in the fall?
Are you what?
Nervous.
Yeah, I'll stop it, y'all. I don't like that. I don't like that. I hadn't seen that yet. I had just seen that a new one was released. I don't know. What's your all thoughts about? I don't. I know, right, Brian? That felt inappropriate to me. I didn't like that. I mean, how does he feel about going back to school next year? Why? What? God bless that mom, because I would have been like, interview over. That was the first media interview I've seen that was completely, in my opinion, insensitive. That was 100% for um dramatic, like, yeah, that was the worst I've seen, and I can't. Wow, I can't keep watching. That is, yeah, exactly, Andrews. I mean, how do you feel about? I know it's over for this year, but how do you feel about going back next? I mean, What? I guess, Brian. Yeah, so far what we've seen is for the most part they've been pretty sensitive, but that was bad. That was real bad. Wow. Um I did not know until today that the mom that they had cuffed ended up running in to the school after they let her off and getting her kid. And I was like, good for her. Yeah, so Punkette, that has bothered me a little bit too, is and you could say, well, why are the parents like, but I think the parents are so distraught themselves, they don't know what the right answer is. And I don't know, I just, the whole family is so, and Brian, you said something that you said, I hope they're getting the help you need. I completely agree with you. And you know, these people deserve, at least the parents, these babies deserve to be home with their parents with and for months and heal. And um I wish the parents didn't have to worry about work, or just to be home together as a family. Because yeah, Punkette, and I can guarantee you the counselors are not thrilled about these kids being interviewed at all, because that was extremely distasteful. Extremely distasteful. Right. Right, exactly, Brian. Yeah, exactly, Amber. I've already been. Right. Major trauma. Yeah. Especially that, yeah. Well, and you guys, that kid and his mom, she lost a niece and he lost a cousin. So, yeah. Um it was very hard for me. I didn't know until today that, and he's on spot. Right. Oh, absolutely, Natalie. Absolutely. And his mom as well is on this live interview. So what she, like, it's a very horrible spot that they just put those two people. Hey, Naughty Audie. And definitely a very distasteful. So I felt like, okay, it's getting worse. She's not coming back around. And I'm not going to do that. Um, I did not know until today that they do believe a few of them had survived if they would have gone in, because some of them bled out. And that is, I think there's just some serious investigation that's going to be happening and answers that need to be made or given, because these parents are owed some answers. Hey, Brittany. Yeah, exactly, Brian. I mean, Brittany, we just finished. Well, no, excuse me. We didn't finish. We got halfway through an interview that was the most distasteful interview we've ever experienced here on this channel. And we made the collective decision to stop it because a reporter asked one of the babies if he was nervous about going to school next year. CNN interview. Not even kidding you, Brittany. Yeah, exactly, Natalie. Exactly. That's why even the, yep, yeah, Amber. That's why the cards are going to that church. I mean, that's a perfect, and then they're giving them to the counselors to disperse. Like, these people don't need people banging on their door. I know, right, Punkette? Yeah, Brittany, I'm not even kidding you. And what's happening, like Rob was saying, and what is happening is these people are going to these memorials, right? And then these media are hanging out at the memorial. So, like, that kid right there was at the memorial for his cousin. So I have a feeling that they're just kind of poaching these families as they show up to this memorial and waiting for them. It's just not right, in my opinion. I don't know. I understand there's a job and I understand that the country, wants to know and stuff, but that's just distasteful. Well, I mean, even when we were sitting there listening to that, you could hear in the background another one going on. Yeah, Andrea, mom, I know. I know. And I bet some people have. But that was, yeah, that was one I was like, wow, that was disgusting. I mean, what do you think? Is he scared to go to school? Are you out of your mind? Did you just re-traumatize the kid? Like she saying, like, did you see him through the window? Are you insane? Do you have a kid, lady? That mom handled it better than I did. But like I said, when you're a mom too, those parents are traumatized themselves and their brains running a mile a minute and having media just swarm and can we ask you questions? Hey, Rhoda gal, like, they're kind of like, what do we do? Type thing too. So exactly, punk at, so it should be a lot raised for the families and the kids. Brian, I think so, yes. Especially, yes, I think so. Um, I know especially the four kids that both parents, because of the heart attack and then, you know, they've gotten some, but from what I've seen, yes. And I know that the school was taking funds as well. Um, I would like to see more celebrities step up and donate, but I guess that's wishful thinking. That's disheartening to me. Yes. Well, unfortunately, the chief of police, the chief officer of the school, had just had active shooting training in August. So there's a lot of things that I don't know. When I heard they got up to the window and of the classroom. All right, see you, Andrew. Your mom will be over there, and then bailed when they got grazed. Yeah, that I don't know. It's just I have some questions. Yeah, exactly, Punkat. Like I would like to see a lot of them can afford to. Natalie, they're supposed to be a teacher had propped open the door, which is still, I believe, under investigation. Exactly, Brian. I mean, most of these people, this is not a very, like a man said on TV, this is not a wealthy community. These parents are going to have to go back to work as soon as possible. And I don't know. And I know you can't just leave your job, but come on, like at least like there are celebrities that could help a little bit to at least give them a month or so home with their kids because these kids are not going to want to be separated from their family right now and they shouldn't have to be. I as well have questions the door and all that, so I don't know. I think there's definitely steps of investigation that are being taken, so do I think the guy did it intentionally? I don't. No, not the chief, but I think that yeah. I know, Natalie. I know. What I have a problem with is the girl having to call 911 four times and it's still not going back into an active shooter thing. Yep, exactly, Brian. I've seen a lot of donations, like $20, $500, things like that. When Shady McCoy, who past football player, like he drops 20 grand a week, he says, at the casino. Do you know what 20 grand could do for one of these families? It's just really sad. I think, yeah, it's just really sad. I do, but I agree. I think they like to talk the talk, but when it really comes down to things, and this isn't even a matter of like, well, people need to take care of themselves. This is just a matter of human decency and what I would want for somebody to I would hope that somebody would do for my family, you know? Like these kids just need secure stability right now. I know, Brian, isn't it? It's crazy. Exactly, Punkette, unless there's some sort of yeah, attention for them. But exactly, Natalie. Can you imagine dropping 20 grand at the casino once a week? I know, Brittany. 20 grand at the casino every week. Yeah, it's crazy. But well, I know a lot of you want to check out Kelly's live, so I just felt like chatting today, and I was gonna play that interview, and then when we got halfway through, I was like, okay, this isn't for us. Exactly, Brian. Amber, your school's on point though. Your school is on the ball with safety. I completely agree, Brian. I mean, when you're talking people worth billions of dollars, I know, Brittany, billions of dollars sitting on the sidelines, there's no excuse for that. None. Or excuse for any false information being spread right now, but oh, Natalie, yeah, and that's just no, yeah. Some can do and some can't. You know, I can't do more than, 20 bucks, but you can pray and stuff, but because there are people that can do more that aren't doing more, and that would be the celebrities with billions of dollars. Exactly, Brian. Hey, shut the F up, Donnie. I still, every time I laugh because I feel like I'm yelling at you. Exactly, Brittany. Well, yeah, exactly. Shady drops 20 to 30 grand a week at a casino. It's just nuts. My God. Nadia, I know, me neither. Yeah, it's homeschool. Whew. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off of here, and we'll see y'all later. I want to check in. I don't know if I'll be. We're going to in-laws tomorrow, and there's no internet or anything, so I don't know that I'll be on tomorrow at all. But if I don't see you guys, Brittany's worried she's gonna get grounded when she says "shut the f up," Donnie. But if I don't talk to you guys tomorrow, we'll talk to you Tuesday. Um, and you guys have a great Memorial Day. And Brian, get some rest. It's late where you are. Hey, Rebellious, we're just about to end. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.